So I watched this battle 2 times. I'm actually 2.5 times. I'm actually in the second round right now for the third time. So I watched the 2 whole times, and now I was on the third watch, and I feel like I saw enough to do this recap now. Rum Nitty versus T-Top. This was a dope battle. So far, out of all the battles I saw so far, I think I'm missing 2 more battles, but out of 6 battles so far, I thought this was the best battle from Resolution. I think the argument can be made that this has been the best battle that's happened from URL in 2019. Now, I know it's hard to say that when there's a bunch of band battles and from that whole band legacy weekend and all that stuff that hasn't been put out, but that's just how I view it at the moment. I didn't see those battles. A lot of us haven't seen those battles. So in terms of the battles that I've seen, I think I like the Big T and Jack Boy. There's other battles you can mention, but I personally feel like so far this is the best one. If you agree or disagree, get in the comment section to tell me why. First round is on Rum Nitty. He had a dope line talking about he's the king of the small room that speaks back. He's the king of the small room and speaks volumes. Think about it. Smack Volume is a small room, and he's had dope showings there. What did I think he battled twice on there? I believe it was. Twice that he battled at Iron. Who else he battled on? I don't know. Anyway, after that, he went into this whole thing about T-Top selling crack to his own mother. And basically, he ends that whole segment off with saying, you know, you defeating the purpose. Like, most of us hustle to be able to provide for our mother. You went and hustled to your mother. We sold drugs to help provide and help our mothers. And you sold it to your mother. I thought that line really hit hard. In the room, it didn't really seem that way. But luckily for me, I don't give a fuck. I'm going off how I feel about it. I thought that was a crazy line. I thought that was it's a great point to make. He had a line where he says something like talking about an infrared beam. Something about the infrared beam. To redline your top like a Feli F. Dope ass line. That was dope. That was dope. That was creative. But I expect nothing less from Rum Nitty. He had a line where he's talking about candles and t-shirts. It was basically like a playoff vigilante bar, but he said visual and T. Get it? When you die, the visual they throw and the T they put you on a t-shirt. So that whole line again it's more about delivery. Like, I can't deliver it, you know what I'm saying? I'll be up on the stage myself if I could deliver it the way he delivers it. But that vigilante, visual, and T line was absolutely incredible and very creative. I see on Twitter a lot of people going back and forth about this whole T-Top shit, and we're going to get into it. But if you didn't catch it, go ahead and watch it again. At the end of Rum Nitty's first round, he had a line about Tech 9 as well. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you go all over social media. There are people going at T-Top for his Tech 9 bar, but we're going to get into that Tech 9 bar in a second. That was in the third round. So T-Top's first round, he had a moment of silence for Nipsey Hussle. I thought that was dope. Later on, he started attacking Rum Nitty's gang affiliation. He had a line we saw about use emotional over twerk. Oh, that's who it was. So Rum Nitty battled Iron Solomon, which was an absolutely incredible battle, and then he battled NJT in the volume, and then things got a little crazy. He walked off. So T-Top attacked that and said, you got emotional over twerk like you found out your wife's a stripper. That is fucking hilarious. I was crying. I had to pause it real quick, get myself together, because that was funny when he said, man. That was absolutely funny. This was an incredible round from the both of them. I thought it was definitely fire on both behalves, but I got T-Top taking the first. And I thought it was somewhat clear that he took it. Now, the first time I watched it, I said, yo, this is a close first round. I edged it to T-Top. But when I watched it the second time and now the third time that I saw that first round, I think it's more clear that T-Top took that first round. But it was a dope first round from both of them. Second round, Rum Nitty goes. That baritone down, the way he said it was like a baritone down, like talking about like if he killed T-Top the bear, he'll tone down. Baritone down. Do you guys get that? If you don't get it, feel free to let me know in the comment section, and maybe I'll take out the time to break that bar down more for you. But that was absolutely fire. He threw shots at Cassidy, which most of the people did that night. He had a line, some shit about a top spot. Honorable mention. That top spot honorable mention line was absolutely crazy, and so was that half a Zan line. Now, I don't take pills, but I'm from the street, so I get the reference. I get what he was saying. I thought it was incredible. I've seen some people on social media questioning that line, and I'm just like, oh wow, it's some of it just isn't even Xanax, half a Zan. No. All right. Incredible second round from Rum Nitty. Very creative as always. And in my opinion, I thought his second round was his best round in the whole battle. T-Top goes. He starts questioning Rum Nitty's street credibility and starts asking him if he ever seen a fiend naked with the Jack Boy main veins. That was hilarious, especially the way he delivered it. Absolutely great. And I got to mention in both these rounds, T-Top came with a lot of aggression. You know, in the first round, everything was rapid fire. Second round, he slowed it down slightly. I heard Rain telling him to slow down the tempo, which I thought was great advice, because that first round, he was absolutely rapid fire. And I knew he wasn't going to be able to maintain that through all three rounds without getting tired, losing his voice or his voice cracking on certain words, things of this nature. So it was great advice to tell him, tone it, just draw it back just a little bit, change the tempo a little bit. He was still high energy and everything and performing good in that second round, but he toned it down just enough to not I don't know, like you ever be somewhat out of breath, like you've heard him before, be somewhat out of breath towards the end of his round, and it's like, the delivery won't be the same, you know what I mean? So I thought that the mint leave and runs rum, like the whole mint leaf and Mata line, it was dope. He went to this whole shit about opening doors for people in the state, talking about Rum Nitty. He's like, yo, only person from Arizona and battle rap anybody knows is you. And then T-Top goes, now I've opened doors for people. What they did after I opened the door, that was on them, whether they stood or not. Because there's always been this back and forth about T-Top and other guys like R Street, so on and so forth. But I think T-Top somewhat cleared that up while attacking Rum Nitty. I thought that was an intelligent play on that. I will say the Arizona can flips and all that shit are getting old when people battle Rum Nitty. I will say that. And then what was I? Anyway, incredible second round from the both of them. Now on first watch, I had an absolute tie. I couldn't come up with a winner for that second round. I thought they both were incredible in every aspect of it. But again, now this is my third time watching that second round, and I got T-Top taking that second round by an edge. If somebody gave Rum Nitty that round, I'm not upset about that. But I have T-Top by a razor's edge victory on that second round. So at this point, I have him winning the whole battle too. The first two rounds. Now we're going into the third. Rum Nitty had me crying, telling T-Top he's shaped like an Advil bottle. That was absolutely hilarious. I ain't gonna lie, I ran that back multiple times because I found it so funny. And he told me he's as soft as the cotton that's in the bottle. That's hilarious. That really is. He had a dope ass line where he said the movie clip put a body on a half moon like DreamWorks. Think about that. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, it was definitely crazy. But I thought it was a short round. I don't know if that was his whole round or if there was a reason that he cut it short. But to me, that was a short round. Get in the comment section and tell me if you think so as well, or if I'm bugging out. But I thought that was a short round from him. T-Top goes into this whole Walmart angle. The problem with it is that he came out and said, you stopped working there in February. Rum Nitty and Rum Nitty's manager are shaking their head like no. So I don't know if this is a real personal or if it's a fake personal. But Rum Nitty and his manager are shaking their head no when he said you stopped working there in February. Maybe I didn't notice it, but it didn't seem like they were denying that he worked there. Now, there's nothing wrong with working. Yo, listen, man, I got a regular fucking job. You know what I'm saying? I do a lot of maintenance and porter work. Strip, wax floors, I do all that. I actually prefer to strip and wax floors over everything. I enjoy it. Everybody has a job. But so when I seen people attack T-Top, two things they attacking T-Top on was the Walmart angle and the Tech 9 angle, which we will get into. Now, here's the thing. T-Top even says it in that third round. I'm not dissing nobody for working or dissing you for having a job. It's all about you the gun line king and all this shit. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to give up the whole angle. I think you guys should watch it for you to understand. But again, I'm like, yo, T-Top, if this is a fake personal, it's entertaining as hell, but I can't score it for you. But at this point, I don't know if it's a fake personal. You know what I'm saying? And again, I only seen a real reaction out of Rum Nitty and his manager when they said you stopped working there in February. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all or not. The self-checkout line. So T-Top did this whole thing when he got the crowd involved, and they say self-checkout, and he goes like, and then he starts rapping. Then he goes self-checkout like, then he spits a bar. And then the last one that he does, he goes like, they said self-checkout like Tech 9 before the court date. It shook the room. Everybody went crazy for it. Now, what I've been seeing on Twitter since Saturday is people upset at T-Top for the whole Walmart angle, like, oh, there's nothing wrong with having a job. There is nothing wrong with having a job. Absolutely not. You got to provide for your family. What you think? Battle rappers are rich? You might have a few guys who make some serious money in battle rap, but they are the real minority. That's like maybe 2 or 3% of battle rap. Most of these dudes battle rap for free or for the low. So, and I'm not dissing nobody with that. I'm saying you have to have a job. You have to provide for your family. You have to pay bills. You got to pay bills somehow. There's nothing wrong with having a job. You got to understand the angle that T-Top is coming at it, though. Like, my man, you worry about being a gun bar king, and if you hear how he's attacking them, he's telling them, you're supposed to be checking people's cards. You asking if you want a card. It was dope the way he did it. The Tech 9 bar, see everybody killing him for saying something about a dead man. Now, I am with y'all. I am one of the only people who's always saying in the blog, I hate that battle rap always talk about deceased people and talk about people's kids. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that part of battle rap, but it doesn't change that it's part of battle rap. Just a few weeks ago, everybody was like, yo, if I hear a Tech 9 bar, that person is going to get their ass whipped, so to speak, and they got to answer for that, right? But then after we find out the alleged charges on Tech 9, now it's all right for everybody to do it. So all you people who was on there, no, I'm not saying it is a right. I'm saying that that's the consensus. So all you people who are upset that he said something about Tech 9, you got to understand, Rum Nitty ended his third round saying something about Tech 9. To my understanding, and you got to check my other recaps, they're not the only ones on this call who said something about Tech 9. I just feel like we got to make up our mind. Don't sit there and attack one dude because you're like, oh, well, he had the Kanika Jenkins line. That was foul when he said that shit, and the man apologized for it. But he wasn't the only one who had a line about that either. Big Cannon did, and he's from Chicago. So all I'm saying is, I don't agree with it, but don't pick and choose who you hold that on. You can't hold that off for just one person, just attack T-Top about that, and not all the other people who said lines like that. Now, I will say this, while I'm not cool with it, T-Top's lines just tend to have a bigger impact when he delivers them than some of the other people who have those sort of lines. But stop picking and choosing who you're gonna attach that to. Now I have to ask y'all a question. Did T-Top just 3-0 Rum Nitty? No, he did not body bag him, and I love this battle. But I think T-Top 3-0 Rum Nitty. Get in the comment section, let me know how you feel about anything that I said, including asking if he 3-0'd Rum Nitty. Thank you all for rocking with me. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Salute.